Hey guys, it's Sean Zine, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor. This is live number 96 on the year. I've done a lot of lives over the course of the year, and it's something I want to continue to do. So if you're out there looking to drop massive value to communities, it's important to do it consistently. And it's just not selling, it's just sharing useful information so that others can learn from you. So I want to bring on, and I want to remind you, my show is a connection conversation show. Go to YouTube, please subscribe, join, definitely have some other videos there you can check out. We're going to talk about a variety of things. If you are watching and you want to get involved with us, I know Chris is having some difficulties, technical difficulties. Actually, he just jumped backstage. Let's see if we can get him on. If you want to join us, this is where we're getting out of your comfort zone. Let's see if you're out there. Let me bring on my first guest, Charlie Oros. How are you, my good friend?
Very good, Sean. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic, man. And I appreciate you joining. I'm looking to see if Chris is fully in, but it looks like he's not in fully yet. But before we even get after it, let's go into who you are, Charlie, so people that are out there can get to know you. Because doing live, and Charlie was saying he doesn't do a lot of lives, and it's something he's getting over. He's getting that fear, that those issues that people pop up that, I don't know if I should do this. This is where you're most authentic. So be real with your community, be real with your message, and just share some interesting things about you.
Okay. So, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Charlie Ross, and it goes, as you can see, my name says Carly, which means Charles in a different language. But so what I do is I'm a social media marketer and advertiser. I specialize in helping people develop their brand awareness, as well as right now I'm focusing mainly on the real estate industry and helping realtors level up to become a driving force in their industry with lead generation and appointments, guaranteed appointments, things that realtors really want to accomplish. They want to spend time closing deals. So it's really important to have the right information for people and know how to direct all their clients in the right way. And so I try to provide as much value as I can, and we really specialize in, just like I said, developing your brand and getting you out there and helping you make a difference.
No, it's awesome. I appreciate you taking some time out. A lot of people are afraid to share some things that they're doing because people say, "Oh, people that are my competition are going to learn my tips and tricks." It doesn't matter because those that are out there most of the time do not take action. So you can give somebody a complete blueprint and it will never happen because they don't pull the trigger. They don't get that first step forward. So it's funny to me. I like to share a lot of things for free, and it allows people to, if you can help someone first, it comes back in dividends. It's so powerful.
Yeah, so I agree.
It's something that everyone should be doing. It's something that sharing content consistently is very, very powerful. So I know on the ads, I know on the Facebook marketing, the social media marketing, you are very important to a lot of people out there for lead generation. Lead generation is important, right?
Absolutely. I try to, it's not about what I'm selling. I don't like to label things as I'm trying to sell. What I am doing is I'm providing assistance in helping you to overcome any kind of bottlenecks. I try to identify what is it that you are really struggling with that you need help with. And maybe I could lend a solution to that. I mean, one of the most important things is, what realtors like to do is they want to, get qualified people. They want to get the attention of people that are either buying or selling their home, as many of them as they can possibly do. So, we want to get as many people raising their hands saying, I want to buy or sell my home, with you. So, that's what we work on. So in my industry, it's important to build alliances, and that's why I love networking. I mean, we met now, it's got to be over 2 years ago, you and I, at a couple of networking events, that you've hosted actually too, and which I found massive value. I was able to make some great connections with people that time. So, you know, one of the things that I like to focus on is, and I know that you believe in this too, is organic. So organic is the first step to to getting out there, and it's not all about paid advertising. So that can come once you're starting to gain some momentum, but it's about filling our pipeline. So we want to get as many people in that pipeline as we can, and you know once we do that, then we have connections like this to all different avenues, whether it's mortgage people or it's home inspectors, the tank removal service people. This industry is so broad that there's just so many different areas that come together, that we can help each other and feed off each other for, good organic leads.
So true. So the ones that are watching live, please don't forget to hit the hashtag live on the replay, hashtag replay. Drop in a comment where you're watching from and what kind of business you're involved in. So we're going to talk about these three topics today. And we hinted on as far as networking, but really the face-to-face time is what Charlie was talking about. We did some great networking events before COVID, and we brought people online, offline for a couple hours, had some education, you networked, you had a couple of drinks, and there was that face-to-face time. Now we have to do a lot more networking online, and we're going to go into some things that I'm doing, he's doing, and seeing how we can help you that are watching improve your presence with the networking. We'll talk about some lead generation, which is his specialty on the paid, or he does the social media marketing, things like that. And then we'll talk about some non-negotiables, because there are things that we all have to do to make us successful in our own eyes. You might have something that you have to do consistently that's different than what I have to do. And we're having some difficulty with Chris. We'll get him on a future. I guess the camera's not working, so we've been trying to get him back and forth, but we'll get him on a future one. So me and Charlie are going to rock out. Absolutely. And get into it. So let's go back. We had these networking events that I had hosted, and we brought people together. I always had a rule of thumb when I went to a networking event. You always want to meet 3 to 5 and have good 3 to 5 conversations with somebody, really connect with them emotionally, get to know them. And there are people that will, and that's my tips for networking in face-to-face world, is know and have 3 to 5 connections that night. Some people just take tons and tons of business cards, and that's it. That was their goal. I got 100 business cards. Now what? They forget you got to put it into some kind of follow-up system. You have to have a database. You should be nurturing these people as gold, because they are connections to future business.
Yeah, I have to say, I'm guilty of it. In the past, going to networking events where I had the mindset that, I need to get as many of these as possible, but then you'd end up not following through with them. So, what are you left with? You're left with a stack of business cards that, that's a dead pipeline.
It doesn't lead to anything if you don't use it. And the action takers out there are so key. So what I've been doing since I've been doing video for the last 3 years, and I've done what I've done organically as far as generating leads for my insurance business, for my fitness transformation business, for my connection business, all through video, and how powerful that is. And it's important to have these. We're connecting right now. We've met in person. We have to continue to have those connections with each other and reconnect from time to time, because top of mind allows you to have more recommendations from all your sources. So if you don't reach out to people and have, hey, Charlie, what's new? Or, you talked about, everyone probably knows, we've been doing some posts. My newest daughter was born on the 4th. And
congrats again.
Thanks, man. And people say, oh, you're already jumping and getting into business. Life doesn't it changes for, yes, my other daughter's life has changed dramatically, but I still have to do what I got to do. And it's something that it takes some time out. rock some content, get into others' universes so that we could all continue to network. And having these conversations, instead of just picking up the phone, you're having a video call, you're doing a messenger call, and doing it consistently every day. You were saying you're setting up a lot of appointments now, right?
Yeah. With as far as with the way my system works, I have like tons of different types of campaigns that we use, and like I said before, the agent doesn't want leads. Leads are great, but everybody nowadays can get leads. They're a dime a dozen. The question is, are the leads going to be qualified enough? Are you going to get quality leads that will fill your pipeline, that will lead to conversions down the line? And that's what's important. So, we want to guide the conversations, because I provide an automated system which leads that, gets the leads for them, gets the appointment set for them by getting conversations, getting information, all the information that they could want to, to book that appointment, to get them in their phone, get their phone buzzing, to say, okay, here's that person, here's that lead. We know that we've asked them qualifying questions. Who do they want to sell? Do they want to buy? How soon? All the pertinent information. So that's how we do. So we are getting them those appointments set so they can follow up and continue to crush it.
What I found, a lot of people, when they talk about leads, I want leads, I want leads, I want leads. Everyone wants leads. Now, the problem is people don't want to follow up on the leads, and they don't want to call the leads and nurture the leads. I can give somebody 10 hot leads right now, and they will not close those 10 hot leads because they don't know how to speak on the phone. They don't know how to overcome objections. They don't want to, get to know someone, build some rapport, and they lose out on 10 leads. So people say, I want leads. I give you 1,000 leads. What does that do for you? If you don't know how to answer your phone calls, emails, text messages, and following up is so key.
There's been studies done that are proven that the prime times to respond to a lead is 5 to 15 minutes. Okay. You got to be Johnny on the spot. You got to be right there. You have to make sure that you're calling these people back. Now, granted, I understand that, a truly busy agent or broker is, not going to be able to, that's why we have these cell phones, right? And everything happens right here. This is amazing technology here. So you're going to get the information. You need to call them right away, because what's happening is your client, your prospective client, is wanting information, and they want, listen, we're in an age of instant gratification. We want things now, and we don't want to have to wait. So that's why it's even more important for us to contact the leads and get back to them immediately, because that time wasted, you just let another person be able to squeak in and maybe get that lead, and you don't want to do that. So, you have to do your due diligence to respond to them, as fast as possible.
What I've been doing, and I see you're doing as well, and I appreciate when people are taking some things that you do consistently because it works, and others people are doing it, I know it really works, is after every call, you do a quick post. Thanks so much for the connection call with so-and-so. Maybe talk about whatever you gained the value on that conversation, and then have you connected with them. You're giving some gratitude, but you're also saying, hey, I'm going to help you first, instead of me. And that's a problem with today. A lot of people like to sell, close, instead of having relationships and helping others. And when I have a phone call with somebody, and I don't even go into what I do, and they're like, are you going to ever tell me what you do? I'm like, I don't care, because I want to know exactly what you do so that I can get you business. Because after that phone call, you're going to get 5 to 10 introductions. And they're like, wait, what? And I'm like, yes, you're going to be introduced to 5 to 10 people that you have to know. And they're going to ask you, how can I help you grow your business? And they're going to do this for nothing? Yes, because this is how you're supposed to grow your business.
how am I going to know what you need help with if I don't find out first? I'm not, I offer a service, but I'm not about it. I'm about like my connections that I make initially when I reach out. So, I'm a big proponent of using LinkedIn. I think
Mhm.
LinkedIn is a great tool for, excuse me, business contacts and creating conversations. And, when I reach out to someone, I'm very, very casual about it and like, how's it going? Like, how are things for you this year? And all this craziness that's going on, and start a meaningful conversation. Like, I truly want to know what people are up to, what it's like out there. So each person that I speak with, I get a little bit of information that is identical to the next. So I see a trend with realtors and brokers, and how great the market is, but how limited inventory is right now. So that's a big thing for a lot of So how do we overcome that? How do you overcome the fact that you have low inventory? Well, we have to get creative, right? We have to find, we have to do a little bit of digging and find out what properties, maybe you want to focus on foreclosures more. There's still money in foreclosures. They may not be big home runs like luxury pieces of real estate, but it's something. So we can't always expect to be up here with the type of listings that are getting put out there and that closing on. But here's my analogy. So I use it like an engine. So there's pistons in an engine that are always moving. They're always going up and down. But one's high, one's low, and they're constantly moving. So you got an even keel. So that engine's constantly running. That's the way we have to treat our pipeline. That's the way we have to treat our leads, and nurturing each one of them. Listen, you got to keep oil in your engine, right? Otherwise, it's going to break down. Okay, you are the oil in your engine to keep it going.
So key, so key. And I know on your end, a lot of retargeting. You have to make sure you build an audience, retarget. It's not the one time opportunity. It's the one time now you make a phone call, they don't usually, close on that first time. Usually 5 to 7 connections or attempts or, contacts when that person will finally pull the trigger and buy whatever you're selling. So it's all about having, what are you doing? Are you calling people? Are you texting them? Are you dripping on them? Are you emailing? Are you Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever platforms you're on? And I love when agents, and we'll talk about agents, that's what I like working with, you will like working with, they're not educated on how to generate leads. They're only educated how to pass a test in real estate, and that's it.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, where do I go? And I love that. Oh, where should I go work? I just passed my test. And who jumps on? Well, Keller Williams, the EXPs, come work with me. Because all they want to do is build up their pipeline of agents who they're hoping 1, 2, or 3 of them, they might have 50. 50 are not going to do all the business. They're going to do, maybe 3 or 4 transactions, but that 1 or 2, they might be the home runs, and that's what they're looking for. I always say it doesn't matter who you work for. It's all about you're selling.
How you work. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
It's how you are the one that people are buying from. And that's who you're educating as well.
You could work for the worst house around, but you could still be a superstar.
Yes. And it's something you always put your time in. You always want to try different things. People say, I love change, honestly. I like to change because when you transform, things happen. Things you never thought you could be able to do can be done. People say, and I talk about fitness and how important that is, and getting up every day and getting a workout in. People say, I have no time. I said, that's crazy.
Yeah.
If I can find the time, anybody can find the time. You might not be a morning person. You might have to do it at night. But finding that time is so key. Is there any non-negotiables that you have that you need to, in your mind, have to accomplish to make that day successful?
Well, number one is getting up and completing a task first thing in the morning. So, whether it's making the bed or, going to a part of the house to straighten something up, you know what I mean? But, you've completed a task. And, my part of my negotiables at night. So like people ask me, are you a day person or a night person? And I'm actually both, because I find myself up super early in the morning. And, as you know, I also work in a hospital. So, working 2 to 3 shifts a week. And those are 12-hour days. So I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You know, I get up, I shower, and I come right up to the office for the first hour and a half to, set some things in motion, work on a little bit of, setting up for my night. So after I get off of work, I know exactly what I'm going to be doing. But then I'm also a night person. So I work on when I get home from the hospital, I'm right back up in my office for the next sometimes 2 hours, 3 hours. So it's, there's a lot of different things on my days off from the hospital. I'm up fairly early. I mean, I'm up at 6:30, 7 o'clock. And, I'm working on my outreach. I'm working on following up with clients, and I still have things on the road as well, so I'm not only in the office. So it's a pretty jam-packed days. But with those non-negotiables, there's a lot of things like people don't realize. It's With social media, it's not just all about a post and putting your comments out there and your opinions out there. I look at the leads that I have and the people that are in my pipeline, and I go and I see their posts. I like and comment on their posts, and I follow up on conversations through LinkedIn. And then the ones that haven't reached back out in a while, you have to bring them back around. So periodically touching them again to let them know that, hey, I'm still here. How's it going? What's new for you this week or whatnot. So, and another part of the morning is, spirituality. Everyone has their form of meditation or spirituality, and I make sure that I get my, like a good half hour in of that. So trying to get myself in the right mindset for the day and be as positive as possible. Now, not every day is possible, but
Right.
you understand things come your way, and we have challenges.
No, those are awesome habits. Dawn Maloney, she says she loves change. She also agrees that you had some awesome and great habits as well. I I liked how you said that you are working a 9 to 5, or you're being a nurse 3 days a week, but you're also passionate about your business, and that's what allows people. People call it a side hustle, whatever, an extra income, another funnel of income. It's where now you could put all your energy and make actually more money. I found in sales, you get what you put into it.
Right.
It's if you have a salary, you're only going to get that salary, no matter if you do anything different. You're not having to worry about anything. Some people with salary sit there and play games all day. They
Hmm.
might be on the computer playing a game, on their phone, be on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. I'm actually using it to network, to grow my business, to plant some seeds, to educate others. That's what the benefit is. And the difference between what I do and you do online is we are using it for our business. Some others just use it to let some time go.
Yeah, it's a tool. It was brought out to be a social media platform to, you know, have friends and converse and whatnot, but it's evolved. It's evolved to much more than that, and being a respiratory therapist in the hospital, working 3 days a week, I've recently gone to part-time. So now I'm really only 2 shifts a week, you know, but sometimes 3. So, I'm focusing more on the business and helping people, and, really diving deep into this. I've really seen the work that goes into it. So, and it's really gratifying to when I get a client that really sees the benefit in what I've helped them with and provided for them. So, that's important to me.
Oh, fantastic. If there's anybody out there watching right now and they want to get out of their comfort zone and join us, hit and drop the StreamYard.com plus that code, and we'll bring you on if you want to get out of your comfort zone today, right now, because this is something that is so important, is to do things you're not really comfortable for. If you want to get outside your comfort zone, you're going to see lots of changes happening. When I first started doing video, I did a video back in December of 2017, the first one ever. And I started seeing engagement and saw people, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? And my wife also was like, why are you doing all these videos? Because I did videos for 6 months consistently for 6 months before I started seeing leads just start pouring in. I told my wife, just be patient, watch, this is going to work, because I had it in my mind. The mindset, you talked about mindset is everything to me. It's something that if you're focused on achieving things and putting some consistency and persistence, yeah, you might have a lot of no's. We have a lot of calls that things don't go the way they want to, that we want it to go. That's why I don't call it cold calling. I call it connection calls, because it might not be what I'm calling them for is not to sell them anything right off the bat. I want to get to know them. And if I hear some problems that they have, and I can, provide solutions for those problems, I am better than whatever I'm selling, because I'm helping first.
Because you're a teacher, you love teaching people. That's all.
Education is so important. If you can teach somebody how to do certain things, now you're connected literally, emotionally, and forever. And they know you're not just selling them just to sell them. You want to actually help them. And that's the mindset change that you have to have before you start seeing success.
So let me ask you, Sean, with when you planning out your day, do you do block times? Do you block out times for yourself?
There's times that I know where if I'm teaching, I have throughout my day, I use my time so well. And I understand, before I used to see what I used to do like 5 to 6 years ago compared to now, I'm like, wow. But then you say, oh, if I were to do that, then where would I be now? It doesn't matter. It's already over with. You have to focus on now and change and then go to the future. So I know blocks of time work. So I know if I have, like I told my wife, I said, I have to get this live done today. It's important to me. It's important to my guests, because it's something that, people are looking for, is that, something they can aspire to, be motivated. And that's why it's important. So I have my blocks of time. I have my workout in the morning. I have my calls. I have to do some videos. Here's some video content for free. I love this. Dawn agrees. Teach first, then sell. So important. Videos can be done, and I've done over probably 13. I lost count. I used to keep track. I can do 5 videos in 15 minutes. Wow. People say, how can you do 5 videos in 15 minutes? You get 5 different polos. You set up your phone. You have 5 different topics. You put on one of the polos. You have an intro. You think about that topic, and you rock out for about 60 to 90 seconds. And then you always have a closure. The beginning and the end are always the same in your videos.
Right.
The middle is where the authenticity comes out. The real you, and the education comes out. And you hit record, you hit stop, change your shirt, think about the next topic, hit record, rock it out, hit stop, change. In 15 minutes, 5 videos. If you want to do about 20 minutes, you can get 7. Get 7 done for your whole week.
That's good. Yeah.
People say, I have no time. You have no time not to. That's so important. Really important to get after it. Dawn, this is so important. There are so many people that are feeling down and out. So true, especially what's going on today. You have to think of it that what you're doing on social media, you're helping others. You're inspiring and motivating, as we talked about before. Are there any questions that you have for me?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. No. I mean, I pretty much had asked you that because I was interested in seeing how you. I mean, that's something I really need to get better at. Is doing block time, and I could see the busier that I get, the more the need that there is for that. I can get kind of distracted at times. I think we all can. Do you get distracted much?
There's some distraction, but it's on purpose. So if it's my daughters, I'll stop what I'm doing, hang out with them, do what I got to do with them. And people know I might be on a phone call and they're in the background, and I always say, I'm sorry about who. This is my assistants in the background, and they're like, oh, and they start chuckling because they know I'm a real person. I have kids. I'm married, and I get stuff done. That's the important thing that I always am focusing on. And that's where you always want to focus on growing too, personally develop it. That's why I'm always reading. And then that's information that you can gain that you also can share and teach. So now it's ingrained in you more, but then you're also helping others. That's why it's something I find is so important.
Mm-hmm. What have you found has been like the most? I know you do so many things, but which part of you is your favorite thing to do?
I like connections. I like helping somebody if they need something. You need a contractor. Do you need a realtor, a mortgage person? You need a social media marketer. You need somebody that does, home inspections. You name it. I can get you a vetted individual that will do a fantastic job. And people say, well, you can't vet everybody. Well, I have conversations with every single person that I recommend. Have I been burned before? Sure, every once in a while. But my thing is, I'm going to keep feeding you. But if you screw me, it's over. It's done.
Yeah,
The relationship's over. So
absolutely.
I know how important it is to take care of others. So I know the people that are in my network are always looking to continue to grow and build and just go for the future, not just looking for a fast buck that's out there today.
Yeah. But like it's all about it. It's all about building that sphere of influence. Getting like-minded professional individuals that see the value in that connection. Some people could care less. Honestly, you could connect with them on Facebook and accept a friend request, and you may never ever hear from them. So it's up to you, to be that person, to be the engager, to want to cultivate a relationship with somebody so that down the line they're like, oh, hey, you know what, Charlie does that, maybe, or Sean does this. They'd be like the perfect. And from the connections that we've made, that I've made through Selfie Saturday and Connection Sunday, and there's been a lot of people in those posts, and I wish more people took advantage of that, because it's a great platform that I've reached out to several people to say, hey, you know what, I remember you're in the Connection Sunday, and I wanted to reach out to you. I have somebody that's looking for X, Y, and Z, and it's great. So, and listen, I'm not looking for anything from it, but maybe some time down the road you have a need for me, or somebody that have a need for me. So that's important. And so a lot of times I see newer agents that need help with getting things off the ground, or maybe don't have a big following. I invite them. I was tagging people to go into our groups like that, and I got some negative feedback. Not everybody likes to be tagged in those and thinks it's kind of spammy, but you know if you're getting engagement on your timeline, then you can at least put it there and get more engagement that way.
No doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. We're running out of time. How do they get in contact with you, Charlie?
So you can reach me at oakcorpmediaservices.com. Okay, all one, oakcorpmediaservices.com. You can reach me also on my cell, 973-362-5951. If you're a real estate agent or a broker or a mortgage lender that is looking to step it up to handle their team, or like I said, individual realtor, you want to get qualified appointments on a regular basis. Right now, I'll give you 30 qualified appointments a month, guaranteed, or your money back. Okay, that's my little shameless plug here. Okay, 30 appointments in 30 days. That's my thing, guaranteed. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
No, there's so many in this community that should be reaching out and taking you up on that for sure, because everyone can use 30 appointments to build their business. 100%.
Sad we couldn't get Chris on here.
We're going to get him on in the near future for sure. And anyone else that's interested wants to get on board, we'll have Charlie back and many other guests that were in the past back. We're going to have more people consistently. I'm trying to do it every Saturday at 10:30, and we'll keep crushing it. I want you to, Charlie, if you could, drop your contact information after this live so everyone has it at their fingertips.
Will do.
And if anyone needs anything, please reach out to myself or Charlie, and we'll see you all another time.
I appreciate
Have yourself an awesome day, guys.
Thanks again.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right, peace.
Bye-bye.